the world's in shame, even when the world's in flames, even when the world's in chains. Say that again. Even when the world's in chains, but you have the key to set them all free. Even if there's so much pain, you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. 'Cause you're the only one who can sustain. Even when we go through the pain, even when it looks dark, you bring in the light to light up the whole world, the whole world. Lord, we welcome you into this place and in our hearts. You deserve it, even when the world's in pain, even when the world's in shame, when it deserves to be put in flames, Lord. Cause your mercy overflows, and your grace goes into the unknown. Forever and ever, forever and always, and always. You deserve it. You deserve all of our praise. Make you work in crazy ways. When it looks like there's no way out, you make a way nobody knew about. 'Cause your thoughts are not our thoughts, and your ways are not our ways. That's why we can't think like you. When you say move, we just gonna have to move. 'Cause you know better than anybody, Lord, who to trust or what we should do.
Just spitting it. I got a little story, little testimony. So this past summer, me and EJ went to a convention, and it's called Grace, and it was so amazing. And we got prophesied over like the first night, which is super cool.
Oh wait, hold on. So, Grace is something that me and my family has been going to for years. We, I believe our church joined with them in like 2014, I think. And last year, 2 years ago when we were freshmen, I was telling you about the event and how great it was. I'm like, you will love it, you will love it. And she was like, I don't know, because at the time she wasn't, deep in Christ.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't know. But to see her there, and she was so happy, like, I see, I knew it. I knew you would like it. So Okay.
But at Grace, it's like the first time I finally like worship God in a way that I really been wanting to, but just been really afraid to. So that's what this song reminded me of. Like, even in the fear of looking crazy, like, he deserves my praise and my shouts and my foot stumps. And at Grace is when I finally felt free from like being afraid to worship him how he deserves to be worshipped. So it's just so great. And it was so fun to worship God with EJ. And it was just so much fun. Like, it was like a mini concert. Sang my favorite songs. I'm like, I wish EJ was in here while he sang this one song. And then EJ came in the room, like, yes. So it was just really fun. Man, I highly recommend, like, even if you're from a different state or area or whatever, to just attend maybe a conference or a church conference that's in your local area, to really just get poured into. We had like wonderful teachers and stuff talking to us, and wonderful teachers sharing their testimonies, and pastors and ministers, and it was just amazing. So I'm excited for next year.
Amen. Yeah, you want to tell the story, like how that happened, like how you went from like being afraid to being called up, and then to worshiping in a more free way.
So the pastor who was preaching,
he was a prophet. You know, say that.
he was a prophet, and he told all the youth that were 25 and under to come up to the front. So he came up to the front, and I just expected him to pray over us. I wasn't expecting anything crazy.
Hold on, and it was crazy because I wasn't led there, or maybe I was by God, but I just knew to go to like the middle. It was weird. Like most times I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna let someone else go in front. You know, it ain't all about me. But that day I'm like, no, middle, and it was like straight shot. So okay.
Yeah. So we got up to the front, and then the prophet / pastor preacher was like, I forgot if he said like, hey you or hey girl, come to the front. He said something like that.
No, he said girl in the jean jacket.
No, that was a different time.
It was?
That was a different girl.
Oh.
But yeah, he said something like that. And then I, of course, scared. And I'm like, he's not talking to me.
And then I knew that he was talking about her. So I like slowly put my hand on her back and I pushed her forward a little bit. Not like a shove, but like a slow, like easing.
Yeah, because your girl was frozen, okay? But went up there, he prophesied over me. And then he was like, now dance. And then I was so nervous that I barely heard anything he said. And then when he said dance, like I knew that part. I think I knew. I don't even know if I heard that part. Then somebody was like, dance, girl, or something like that. And then I just started worshiping him, and it was great. And then I went back, and then he called up EJ, I think, next, prophesied over him. He told him, now run like you.
No, I feel like we should tell him what he told us.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, so for me, honestly, again, y'all, I barely heard anything because I was so nervous. But later on, I found out that he said I basically be working
in the medical field.
Not in the medical field, but like close to the medical field, I think.
Or didn't he say like I see PhD or something like that? He said.
I don't know what he said.
You're trying to still find the tape of what he said.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because he said a lot, and I didn't hear much of it because I was so scared. But that's what he said, and then God placed the actual doctor, like allowed me to meet an actual doctor at the end of the service.